So today we will see the built-in functions in SQL Server. So basically, what are the functions? Let's see that first. Functions are designed to perform some specific task, and some functions takes argument. Like if you use this, some functions means some of the functions. Like some functions, when you use some function, then you have to give argument. So whatever you written over here, that is known as argument, right? Suppose if you use the average as well, so again it will take the argument for which which value you want to do the average. So for that function it will be used, and some of the functions will not take argument. Suppose if I use like select get date, so it will give me today's date. So oh, in the bracket we are not taking a, we are not giving anything, right? So it is a argument free, right? So it will give me today's date, today's date with timestamp. So what are the different SQL functions available in, what are the different functions available in SQL Server? So let's see that one. So mainly it is date and date time functions you can told, then string functions, then mathematical functions, then conversion functions, then spatial functions, then analytical functions and aggregate functions. So mostly these are the 7 types of functions are there, and whatever is written over here, so these are the functions are part of the date time functions like date part, date name. Then this will be the part of the conversion functions like cast, convert and parse. Then these are the functions are the part of the spatial functions. So let's start with the date functions first. So these are the date functions are available, right? Date part, date name, date diff, dated, EOMONTH, year, month and day. So let's start with the date and date time functions. So what is the first function we are starting with, which is known as a year? So suppose I have some particular date available with me, right? Suppose today's date 2024 dash 08 date 06. So from this particular value I want to extract this year only, this year only. So at that time what will we do? Select year, select year, then this specific date will be given in the single quote parameter, and then as we have given alias as year. So here we are not using any table, right? Here we are not using any table, so from clause is not required, because we are not using any table. So directly we can write this function select year of 20. So what will be as the answer of this one? It will be the answer is 2021. So it will give me the year of this particular parameter. Now for same for the month. So if I want to retrieve from this particular date, I want to retrieve month. So then in place of year, you need to pass over here month. So let me write it. So you have to remember one thing. This this function will return the integer value, right? Returns month part of date as integer. So it will not give me the name of this particular month, it will give me the year. So whatever there is in the middle, it is a month, and this is a date, and this is a year. So it will give me fourth as a month. Now same for the day. So over here, what it will return me? It will return me integer value and it will return me 0, 5 or 5, right? Fifth as a day. So these are the year, month and date functions. Now let's move ahead. Now let's move ahead. List with the query. Now we are using this same function with the query. So now this is our question. Display the list of the employees joined in the year 2021. So we need to display all the employee details. So I have write select star from EMP where. Now what we have to mention? We have to mention year should be 2021. But for that year column, how we can identify from which column we need to extract the year? So we have higher date is there, right? We have only one date column is there and that is higher date. So from this higher date we need to extract year. How can we extract year of higher date is equal to 2021? So only one employee is there from this entire table which was joined in 2021. Suppose I want to take 1981. So let me try. So now this time employee will be more, right? All this employee, if you see over here, here is 1981 in the higher date column, right? Now let's move ahead. So now this same thing we can previously seen with this like operator, right? Suppose I mention over here 1981. So both of this query, higher date like 1981 and year of higher date is equal to 1981 will give me the same number of rows. Here also 10 rows and here also 10 rows. So both will be giving me the same number of rows, right? Now let's move ahead. Display the list of the employees joined in January, April or December. So here will be anything. Here will be anything, but here higher date. So again we have seen this month function. So month of higher date. So what this month of this will retrieve? It will retrieve 4. So over here we need to identify either April means 01. If you mention 1 then also fine. If you mention 01 then also fine. Then April 04 and then December 12. So all this employee, if you see 12 is a month, 04 again is a month, 01 is a month, 12 is again a month over here two times. So all this employee year will be anything. 1980 that will be fine. 1982 that will be fine. 1981 202 for year is not here a question. Here question is month should be either 01, 04 or 12. So let's see another query. Display the list of employees who joined in 2021 and January month. So here what we need to do? Here we need to write end condition. Here should be 2021. So let me execute up to here only. Here should be 2021 and month should be January. So this employee has been joined in January as well, right? So it will give me same result. Now let's see for another one. Here let's see 1981 and February. So what I change 1981 and here 02. So let me, so these two employees are joined in 1981 and February month, right? Because 02 is mentioned in the middle. Now let's see the further queries. So sys date time, this is one more function. Sys date time returns the current date and time of the system. So let me see. it will return me the current date and time of the system. So what is the today's date? 6th of August, then 20 54, and this will be, you can say, is a higher precision, or you can say, what is this? High. Why high precision? Remember one thing, this query is giving the whole, after decimal, the whole result. It will not cut the result like it will not cutting the result like this, or it is not giving the result like this. It is giving me the entire result, whichever should be there. So that is why it is known as a higher precision or high precision. Now let's see another example. Get date. So we have already seen this one. So let's see this one. Now carefully observe over here. It is ignoring this 4 digit right into this particular get date. So you can consider get date as a low precision. You can consider this get date as a low precision. Now, let's see further. So what is the current timestamp? Returns the current date and time of the system, and it is a low precision. So let me, okay. Now let me execute both of these query together. Either it is giving same result or not. Yeah, it is giving me the same result. It is giving me the same result. So you can use either get date or you can use current timestamp, and both are of low precision. Both are of low precision, right? Now let's see UTC date time. So what is UTC? Coordinated universal time based on earth rotation. So you can see this UTC time many a times when you are setting the time zone, right? So that is that UTC, and it has some difference in IST time zone. Our India is a IST, Indian Standard Time Zone, right? So this will be, the time will be different over here. So let's see. So it is showing 4:55. So few hours we are ahead from this UTC time, right? We are ahead of few hours from this UTC time. And again it is a higher precision. Why? Because it is giving me this entire result. Now let's run the below query. Get UTC date. So whenever you are including time, it will be higher precision, and when you are may not include time, it may be low precision. So let's see over here. So over here 163. Let me run it again. Okay. So over here it is 488. After 488, this digit is not showing over here, right? It is showing over here some random 487, but last digit is not showing over here in this below one. So this is high precision and this is known as low precision, because it is more perfect result. That is why it is known as high precision. Now let's move ahead. Now see, let's some of the date functions we are oftenly we are using in our day to day life, most probably. So one of them is date part function. So now used to extract the part of the date or date time. Used to extract the part of a date or date time. It returns integer. it returns integer. Now syntax, what is the syntax? Date part, then some particular date part. From given date, what date part you want to return? From given date, what date part you want to return? So that will be comes over here, and this will be my actual value. Like suppose, let me copy this one. Now let me copy this one, 2021 dash 01 dash 12. Now suppose again I want to return year from this particular date, then I have to mention year over here. And remember one thing, in this particular case, this both will return the same thing. This both will return the same thing. Let me try. See, in this particular scenario, both will be written the same thing. So you should be aware what are the different ways to extract different things. But this part will provide more facilities as well, obviously. So that we will see again. So in the date part, it will take two arguments. Most probably it will take two arguments. So these are the different arguments I have written. Year, quarter. So if you want to retrieve quarter from this particular date, right, then you have to mention over here quarter. But this facility is not provided over here directly, right? Can we retrieve quarter from this one? No, we cannot retrieve. But from this one, yes, we can retrieve the quarter. Quarter means January to March, quarter 1, April to June, quarter 2, July to September, quarter 3, October to December, quarter 4. Now what will be the weekday? So week, if you want to retrieve the weekday, then weekday will be, you have to mention in argument, you have to mention weekday. Then Sunday will be S01. Sunday will start with Sunday. So Sunday 1, Monday 2, Tuesday 3, Wednesday 4, Saturday 7. Like that it will give me. Then from particular date time, if you want to retrieve a hour, then you have to mention like this hour as well. So let's see. Suppose over here a date part is used, right? And over here month is used. So now let's see one example. Over here in the date part, I have mentioned get date. Get date is second argument. So from which date I want to retrieve what thing. So that which date, that should be mentioned in the second argument, and what I want to retrieve, that should be mentioned in the first argument. Now in this particular case, all three things will retrieve me the same thing. Let's see. You can mention either month, or you can mention either or you can mention either m. In terms of month requirement in the date part function, so it will retrieve me 8th month, right, August month, because date part will always return in integer value, right? Always some function will return something. So part will retrieve me integer value, and in this particular case, all these three things will be written me the same thing. Same for this scenario as well. Let's see. Date of the year, right? Date of the year. So date of the year, dy or year. So I have mentioned over here date of the year, dy or year. So it will given me, sorry, it is a day of the year, not day of the year. Sorry, date of the year. So day of the year means today is 6th of August. So in a year we have 365 days, right? So today's date is 219th day of the year. 219th day of the year, right? In a year we have total 365 days. So this is known as day of the year. Now again let's see a week. So today is some from entire year we have, I think, 52 weeks are there, right? 52 weeks. So today's particular date, which week is there? So let's see. It is a 32nd week. Today is 32nd week. So how you can write either week or WK or WW? How you can find? You can find it over here. You can find it over here. Week of the year. Either you can write week or WK or WW. Okay, now let's see in more detail. So I want to find the year from the particular date. Then year of particular parameter. Apart from that function, we have one more function, that is date part. Now what I want? I want year from this particular given date. So I can write date part of year comma get date. So it will give me 2024, right? Now for month. So again you have to mention date part, month of get date, then get, sorry, month comma get date. So it will give me 8. Now what is the quarter? Today is quarter, you can say January to March quarter 1, April to June quarter 2. So today's August will be quarter 3. So it will give me quarter 3, right? You have to mention quarter as first argument and get date as second argument. Now what is the day of the year today? It is 219. Now what is the day? So this both of the thing is different. Day of the year and day, right? So day means from a current week, day of the month 6. So today is, it is giving me today's date. Today's, from today's date it is giving me a day. So today is 6th of August, right? Today is 6th of August. So it will giving me 6. Now let's see further. Week of the year. So week. Today is I think 32nd week, right? That we have seen already. So it will give me 32nd. Now today is Monday. Sorry, today we can say today is Tuesday. Now what it will give me? So Sunday is a weekday. Weekday means starting from the week Sunday, weekday 1, Monday, weekday 2. Today is Tuesday, so weekday should be 3. Day of the week 3. Now let's see further. Our today right now it is 10, right? So it will give me 10. 10 minute 26, 27. Okay, 26. Now if I run now, then it will give me 27. It will take my system, from my system it is taking everything second, so it will keep changing, right? Whenever I execute 18, 20, 21, 23, 23, 24, it will changing each of the second. Now let's see few of the more example of date part. So display the list of employees joined in year 2021. So one thing we have already seen this one, right? Year of hire date equal to 2021. But one more way is date part Either you can write YY, so it will give me one employee. Either you can write year, it will be the same. Both of these query will give me the same result, right? This one employee is joined in 2021. So whichever you think you have done in the year previously, year of given date, the same thing you have done with the date part function. So this is a very good, these functions will be used at the time of doing data analysis. Right now, let's see one more example. Display the list of the employees joined in January, April, or December month. So what you have to do? Select star from EMP where date part, then we have to consider month of hire date, right? Month comma hire date, January, April, or December. So all these employee are either joined in April, December, or January, right? Now again, which example we have seen above with the year and month function, that same example over here we are saying with date part function. So display the list of employees who joined in either 2021 and January, sorry, not either, who joined in 2021 January month. So you have to mention like date part, year of hire date equal to 2021 and date part of month of hire date equal to January month. So this one employee is joined in January 2021. So we have seen the date part function. Now let's see the date name function. So there will be only one difference in date part and date name. Date part will return the values in the integer format, whereas date name function will return the values in the varchar format. Varchar format. Date name returns n varchar or varchar. So now let's see. Now let's see this particular query. Write a query to display the day of the week. Day of the week. On which particular day India got independence? Day of the week should be like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that. So we got independence on 15th August 1947. So on that particular date, whether it was Sunday, Monday, Friday, what? So for that particular thing, we need to write date name, weekday, and second date from which date we want to extract particular information. So let me execute this query. It will be a Friday. We got independence on Friday, right? Now let's see few more example. Display the list of employees joined in 2021 using date name function. So we have seen the same thing in 2021 using date part, but now we want to see as a date name. So same query, we are just changing the function name from date part to date name. And here ideally this parameter should be varchar, but over here we are not mentioning this into varchar, and still it is integer and still it is giving us the correct result. Why? Because we are getting the correct result because here date name of year of hire date returns n varchar. This one will return the n varchar, and we are comparing it with integer 2021. We are comparing with integer 2021, and n varchar because of n varchar has lower precedence than integer. So here in all data types will have some precedence are there. Suppose which data type we should give first preference. Precedence means preference. So integer we are giving first preference, or varchar we are giving first preference, or date we are giving first preference, or decimal we are giving first preference. So in this particular case, n varchar has lower precedence, lower preference than integer. So SQL server, what SQL server will do? SQL server converts the n varchar into corresponding integer data automatically. SQL server, because of integer has higher precedence, higher preference than the n varchar which has lower precedence preference, so that SQL server will convert the lower preference which is n varchar into higher preference which is integer automatically. That is why we are getting the correct result. Hence we are getting the correct result. But if you mention over n varchar, right, then also it will be fine. If you mention in the single quote, then also it will mention in this particular case only. In this particular case. So in this case, both thing will work. Now let's try whether this will work or not. Okay, in this particular scenario also it is automatically converting this thing into integer. It is automatically converting this thing into integer. So whether you write this or this, it won't affect. Now let's see more example of precedence so you can understand better. So now let me tell you, for example, here we are giving 1. So this is the integer. Here it is because it is not in the single quote. So that is why it is integer. And here it is 1 quote 1 means 1 in single quote 1. So this is n varchar. So over here what will we do? We'll return 2. This one will return 2. Why? Because one will be convert this one will be converted to integer, as integer is higher precedence than varchar or n varchar. So that is why it will giving me 2. That is why it will giving me 2. Now let's see one more example. So over here it will be considering both of the string as n varchar. So when there will be the possibility of more than one string as a n varchar, at that time it will not give us 24. It will not give us 24. It will, suppose if it is a 23, it's okay. It will be in the next example. So in this particular case, whenever the all of the parameters are in varchar or n varchar, at that time it will concat like 2 3 1. So over here it will do 2 3 1, not 24. For converting the value from n varchar to automatically integer, we should have one value in integer. We should have one value in integer data type. So over here it will not give me 231, it will give me 24. It will give me 24. Again this is integer and it will convert this to integer as higher precedence. Now let me show you one more example. So in anyhow, a plus 1 is not possible, right? Because it is an integer value. How it will give me is any result? Conversion failed when converting the varchar value a to data type integer, right? But now suppose I have like this. Now let me try a1, right? So now what is it has done? It has converted both of the parameters or both of the values to n varchar and it is giving me the result. Now suppose my requirement, I want the result like this. Now suppose I want the result like this. Display a message in the EMP table in front of every employee. For example, Smith joined on Friday, Adam joined on Monday, like that. So over here, I have this particular table. Select star from EMP. So now over here in one of the extra column, I want to mention like this. Employee name Smith joined on. Joined on which date? Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday. So from that higher date, we can retrieve the particular date, right, or date name, right? Like Monday or Tuesday or Friday. So what we have to do? Select star, then e name. Then I have retrieve this one column. Now again I want to retrieve one more column. So I have to concatenate. So we can do concatenate with plus. Then I have given one space. Then again plus. Then I have right joined on. Then again plus. Then given one space. Then over here joined on Friday or Monday. How can I take up? So for that I have to write date name function. Date name, weekday, hire date. So date name of weekday, what it will give me? It will give me either it is a fun day, either it is a Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that, right? So let me see the result set. Smith join on Wednesday, Ellen join on Friday, Adams join on Wednesday. So from this particular hire date, we have used the date name function, and from this date name function, we have retrieved the hire date, right?